Namaskar. It's a very special program this week with Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Doctor, welcome. Namaste.
Namaskar, Namaskar everyone.
So, Doctor, your smile is so reassuring, but I hope that President Biden can smile the same way. We are almost at the edge of entering into a possible constitutional crisis with still there is an impasse regarding increasing the debt ceiling.
I think there is probably, personally, I believe, and what I hear from the President Biden and Majority Leader McCarthy, that deal will be done, and deal will be done either tomorrow or Monday. So, because it's not good for economy if it's not done. It's not market will crash, economy will be. USA credibility will lost, and it never happened so far in the history, and I don't think it will happen because this is all posturing. And I think what Biden said yesterday or this morning, that they are all done and almost there, and they don't want to say anything because there's always in the politics certain objections and procedures can delay whole thing. And can take another couple of weeks to finalize. So they don't want to do that, and that's why. But I think the deal will be done. There will not be any default, and everything is happy and merry.
So that assurance coming from Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh, but that kind of assurance people were waiting that they hear from President Biden also. But on the contrary, what we heard was the expression by the opposition leader saying that there is lack of urgency on the part of Biden administration in making it happen. If that kind of feeling was there among Republicans, do you think there is something else that Biden administration should have proactively taken care of?
No, I mean, in the beginning, Biden was kind of refused to negotiate at all. That was unnecessary waste of time. And we knew okay, if Biden wants to run again, he cannot afford to crash the economy. He cannot afford to kind of lose the credibility of the USA. And particularly when the other currencies are popping up and try to be a currency of transaction or worldwide acceptable currency like China or Russia, then they cannot afford to do this thing. I mean, it's beyond anybody's imagination. And I think Biden will not do that. I mean, Biden is a very seasoned politician. He's in politics for all his life, 50, 60 years. So I don't think he will do it.
So when you say seasoned politician, and I do not deny that, and facts are also in front of us, but then being a seasoned politician, some of the references that have emerged under his presidency would follow him when the next election takes place, and that reminds me of Afghanistan, the handling of Afghanistan situation, and overall the clout of America under President Biden for various reasons. Do you think it has gone down?
What?
World cloud, like America as superpower?
Well, I mean, I don't think so, because this is the kind of, in the history also, America went somewhere to help somebody, and after a while they help, but then you have to have certain limit of helping. And that's how they decided to when to cut the cord, kind of, and cut the tie. But still, even though today they pull out all the American troops from the Afghanistan, still there are X number of troops are still there. Intelligence people are still there. And they are helping the Afghanistan indirectly, economically, as well as there is a kind of unwritten assurance that if Russia tries to come in, just like Russia came in early, last episode, before 2000, in 90s, so USA will not tolerate that. So obviously it looks like USA withdrawn, but USA is withdrawn but not withdrawn. They withdrawn because they don't want to unnecessarily have US soldiers
getting killed,
fatalities for no reason. And they have done 20 years is too long time to pop up somebody, and they need their best to do whatever they can
So
do.
let me seek your analytical input on the situation of Pakistan and how the kind of Afghanistan that we have under fundamentalists is likely to increase its impact with a weak Pakistan. And that might be something, potential cause of concern for the world, for the civilized world, so to say. And here also allow me to say that the kind of support which America was extending to Pakistan, it gradually started taking away because it had no presence in Afghanistan. So all this for future.
Well, as you know, I mean, if you really, I'm sure you are a student of history, and if you read the history, always, whether it's the Russia, is it China or America, whenever their own interest, is almost fulfilled in their definition, then they don't go beyond it, and they will try to change the posture. The same thing Russia did. Russia was there for 10 years. And after 10 years, they all of a sudden they withdraw themselves. And that's how America went in, right? So that's how world works. It means they go up to certain extent. We went to Vietnam, we went to Cambodia, we went to everywhere. And we pull out ourselves, right? Why? Because they achieved what they want to achieve in strategic way. And they left their what do you call soldiers there. Like we withdraw after Second World War, and we make sure that Japan does not have military, and our military is Japan becomes our colony really. So it's the same thing. You know, Afghanistan today, there is no American troop now. They have given to the Taliban, which is worst kind of thing, and it is not good for India either, because India and Afghanistan, India has invested a lot of money into Afghanistan. But in American point of view, they know they have way to, and we are not privy to those knowledge, that they have way to go in anytime, anytime they want to. USA can enter again Afghanistan and get rid of Taliban in no time. So
where do you get that kind of confidence? I appreciate that, but we will keep this with us and let us accept what you say.
Because just like I can give you example, when 9/11 happened during George Bush time, that time when they figured it out within a few days that Taliban was or Al Qaeda was responsible for this thing. So they they asked Pakistan to they are ready to bomb the Afghanistan, and that time Pakistan objected that no, we'll not let you fly over Pakistan. So our defense secretary and even with the permission of the president said that if you don't let us fly, we'll bomb Pakistan. So that's the power of superpower.
And you're talking about the approach of superpower and the use of muscle power and money power to twist the arms of different nations at different times.
And not only that, but right now we have our presence of our military personnel there. There is a presence of our intelligence personnel there, and even we are helping the Taliban with the money too, so just to keep them in control. So that's how.
So difficult for a common man to understand.
So it's not simple thing. It's not white and black. It's a very complex thing.
Right.
And you don't know whose interest is what.
Right. So talking about the complexity of the situation and the reference of human rights violation, which many times comes to the fore. So from that point of view, I think America is not paying any attention to what is happening in Afghanistan anymore. And if there are human rights violations left, right, and center, that is being ignored. But I'll connect it with another country. Right now in South Africa, Uganda has come up with a law whereby they have called homosexuality as illegal. So President Biden, as well as America, is threatening that they are going to put some sanctions so that human rights violation is stopped. Now, my question comes from both sides. One, would you respect sovereignty of a nation? I won't say that this is right or wrong, but then that equation is kind of perceived differently.
But that's called politics. In in politics, you cannot compare one thing with the other thing. You cannot say that okay, you did you are trying to protect the humanity in Uganda, and then why you are not protecting humanity in Afghanistan,
Or
right?
Pakistan,
That's the
yeah.
question. But they
Doesn't
don't.
work that way.
It doesn't work that way, because the question in Uganda is a only small policy question. Just like in India. In India also homosexuality was illegal. You know that till
Till now, it is not 100% legal.
right.
Actually.
Even before, even you cannot come out as a homo or gay person. It's illegal. So then, of course, all the twisting of the arm and everything by different people, our Indian policy is also changed a little bit, right?
Yeah, India is, of course, changing, and there are certain things about which we are proud of. And let me switch gears and go to India with you to the new building of Indian Parliament. When you heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicating that to the nation, what was the feeling like?
I think it was a great news, and I personally very proud of it. I also tweeted to congratulating Prime Minister for inaugurating this beautiful state-of-art building. And we must, I mean, Prime Minister is correct that this is called Vikas, part of the Vikas. As we move forward, we have to be with the current state of the art. And I think it's a great thing to happen, and I'm sure that it's a very good vision he has, that he has 850 parliamentarian seats there, because we know that today we are 1.4 billion, tomorrow will be 1.8 billion, and then number of member of parliaments and number of Rajya Sabha will be more. So I think it's a great thing, and actually they have done, this is kind of extension of the old building. They did not demolish the old building. Old building is still there. That nostalgia is still there. But this is a practical thing to do, to have all kind of state-of-art facilities in the building. And I must congratulate Prime Minister for that. And he has done, it's a great vision. And we must thank to Prime Minister and his administration.
So this also was completed in a stipulated 2.5 years time, which again is considered as a great feat. Now looking at the world leaders also congratulating, including Israel and other nations. But in India, while many opposition leaders didn't participate, how does that reflect?
Well, I think that doesn't kind of reflect good in the international market, because people think that what's going on here. It's only question of difference of opinion in a sense, because I mean, what it's and also some politics there. It means they wanted to make sure that all glory doesn't go to
Prime Minister Modi.
Prime Minister Modi.
Yeah. Though there are some Congress leaders like Shashi Tharoor and Pramod Krishnan and some well-known names who supported.
Yeah. So I mean, so it's a politics, more or less politics. But they have also point. They found a point that I mean, head of the parliament is president, so president should be there, should be invited. And that was their kind of
interpretation.
Yeah, but it was not by not inviting president is not illegal. It's it could be kind of borderline, not moral.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that is a difference. So I think that's a small incidence in the big history of India, and people will forget it.
Absolutely. So New India looking forward to a new beginning with vigor towards development, और जैसे प्राइम मिनिस्टर कहते हैं सबका साथ सबका विकास, and विकास चलते चलते समय वो आ जाता है when we seek permission from our viewers. So your parting words from today's show.
Dear friends, really we witnessed a great event in India last week. Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi has inaugurated a very new state-of-art parliament building, which accommodates 850 plus parliamentarians, and it has all the facilities and uh, all the state of art things which makes parliament easy to work, easy to govern, and we must congratulate Prime Minister Modi for his vision and his determination to bring the India to the world level, and I think we all should be proud of him. After saying that, I would like to say, God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and I love you all. Till then, goodbye, and we'll see you next time, next week. Thank you.